Coming to paperback and e-readers, from the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women are becoming lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Pre-order your copy of The Woman Crisis on Amazon.com today. There was a tragic mass stabbing that took place in Saskatchewan, Canada. And in this incident, which took place on the James Smith Cree Nation, 10 people lost their lives and 15 were injured as two individuals, Damian Sanderson and Miles Sanderson, allegedly participated in a mass stabbing spree. Now, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police see this as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of the alleged behaviors that your Damian and Miles Sanderson were alleged to have participated in, it fits right in line with the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And it's clear to me from hearing about this incident that this looks like the behavior of a beta male, because oftentimes beta males go out here and plan these types of mass acts of violence because they are frustrated about the state of their lives. And because they are frustrated about the state of their lives, many of these men, they simmer and boil in anger for extended periods of time before they go out here and explode in rage and participate in an extreme act of violence. And they usually participate in these extreme acts of violence to, one, get the attention of people who they believe are rendering them invisible, and two, they want to go out in a blaze of glory because they feel like their lives are not going the way they want. And because their lives aren't going the way they want, what they want to do is destroy the lives of all of those that are around them. Now, I don't know if these two men are indigenous people, but it could be a racial element to this as well, because this took place on lands of indigenous people. So there could be a angle where these two individuals were looking to target the people on that reservation as related to their race. And again, a lot of beta males, they harbor a lot of anger towards people of different ethnicities, and they oftentimes try to project their failures onto those people of those different races. So that's could be a possible motive for them participating in this murder spree. A lot of times these individuals, because they are frustrated about the state of their lives, they feel like their lives aren't progressing the way they want to progress. What they do is they project their anger onto indigenous people and other minorities, and then they use that as an excuse to go out here and participate in their violence. Because a lot of times you'll have males like this, again, simmering and boiling in anger for extended periods of time. And these men are sitting there imbibing a lot of information on the internet, looking for somebody to make a scapegoat for their problems. And then eventually they go out here, and because they listen to a lot of different racist information, they go out here and they get weaponized, and then they look to go out here and do harm to others. That is a possible theory I have as related to this mass stabbing, and this could be one of the motives for the murder, because this is what drives many beta males here in America to go out here and participate in mass shootings and other forms of extreme violence. Many of those individuals are driven by their frustration and anger at the state of their lives, because many of these males don't know how to function as men, and because many of these males don't know how to function as men, they want to destroy the world around them. Because a lot of times when you're dealing with beta males, a lot of these males become beta males because there is no father in the home, or there was a weak father, and there was nobody there to teach these males male life skills, male survival skills, or how to function in the world as a man. Because over the last 60 years, as we've had feminist culture go throughout the West, what has happened is many of these males think that they can act like a female, not understanding that the world is completely different for men than it is for women. and that the way people expect a man to behave is completely different than a woman. And when these males try to go out into the world, they get frustrated and angry because female approaches don't work for men. And then when they can't make things work, they want to destroy the world around them because they're angry and frustrated because they were told that the world worked one way, but the world works a completely different way for men. Now, this whole incident really proves a point I have been making in multiple videos, and that point is that this is not a gun control issue. No, this is a family issue. And because it is a family issue, it shows that we really need to start focusing on the family, because these individuals, they didn't have guns when they participated in this mass stabbing. No, they went out here and got knives, and they got knives even in spite of your Justin Trudeau banning all sales of handguns. And this proves my point that if you take the guns away from a beta male will go out here and find another weapon to go out here and participate in his extreme acts of violence. And what these two individuals did was they didn't have a gun. No, they had knives, and they racked up a body count on the same level of a mass shooter because they were determined to go out here and destroy the lives of others to, one, get that attention for themselves, and two, go out in infamy. These two individuals, they didn't need a gun. Again, they just used whatever was there. And this is the point I've been trying to make as related to beta male violence. You can take away the guns. These individuals, they are determined to go out here and wreak havoc, and they will find anything to use as a weapon, whether it be knives, like in the case of this individual, planes, or like in the case of the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, they'll go out here and get a truck loaded up with fuel oil and other items, and they will just do whatever they want to do because these men are driven by their anger. And the whole thing is, this is why we need to start focusing on the family instead of trying to legislate gun control, because what's causing all of this violence isn't the guns. No, it is the mindset of these males, and it's the mindset of these males that is the thing that nobody wants to go out here and deal with, because having to talk about what creates the mindset in these males actually has us all pointing a finger at the females in our society who, back in the 60s when the feminist movement was going on, said they could raise a boy to be a man on their own. And it's now being proven that those females who raised all of these males created these beta male ticking time bombs, and these beta male ticking time bombs are all over the world, destroying every place that they go. So nobody wants to, one, confront the female about the poor job she did raising males during the feminist movement, nor do we want to acknowledge that the government and the business world is going to have to change the way we do business, because we're going to have to go out here and have somebody there raising these kids and giving them guidance. The old model that they had is that many of these businesses don't want to get up off it because they want to continue making profits. But what does it profit a society when you have a world filled with beta males who destroy everything around them? That's the critical question I would like to ask all of those billionaires and millionaires who want to hold on to this dysfunctional society that the feminists created with the Great Society of the 60s. Do you want a functioning society with functional adults, or do you want to continue dealing with all of the dysfunction from these beta males? Because no gun control law is going to stop these individuals. No, these individuals, again, will use anything as a weapon because all they want to do is go out here and hurt people like they're hurting on the inside. And this incident, again, shows us that what the man crisis is really all about the family. It is not about gun legislation. It is all about us helping to fix this broken family, because part of solving the man crisis is investing in men and building a stronger family unit, because it's the family unit that keeps the man from becoming a man in crisis. And when there is a father to teach a boy male life skills, male survival skills, male coping skills, that man will be able to function, and he won't be participating in dysfunctional behavior like this. When you have males out here who think, oh, I've got to go out here and participate in a stabbing spree, there's really, again, something wrong with them, and it's something that's wrong that people don't want to talk about as related to the policies and lifestyles we've created all across the West. Now, what's really scary about this whole incident with these two individuals as related to their alleged behavior is that these two individuals are on the run, and these two individuals, after murdering allegedly all of these individuals, they are still out here and could possibly wreak more havoc on another part of that indigenous area, or they could go out here and do harm to people in other parts of Canada. And these men, again, it looks like they wanted to go out in infamy, and they probably are looking on the run, still looking to go out in infamy, and that's what they possibly will go out to and happen when they are confronted by police, because I don't know if they will get caught by the RCMP and then have to deal with the Canadian version of Bubba and Tiny. But the whole thing is that everything is up in the air, and we don't know what's going to happen next with these two individuals, nor do we know what these individuals are capable of. And that's the whole scary part about dealing with your beta male, is that you don't know what he's capable of. You don't know what he's going to do, because most of those people that Sunday, they were just going about their business, and they had no idea that these individuals were looking to go out here and do harm to them. And that is the scarier part about this man crisis. You never know what these individuals are capable of, and you don't know when they're going to do it. But this whole also proves another point I have been making in numerous videos, that we're seeing an increase in frequency of this violence. And what's scary is you don't know what these individuals are going to do, when they're going to do it. But we need to start realizing we have a man crisis in this country and Canada and all over the world. And the way we're raising boys to become men is creating a toxic generation of males, and these males are out to destroy the world around them. And if we don't acknowledge this man crisis, we're going to see things get worse before they get better. Now, if you want to learn more about what makes a male motivated to participate in dysfunctional behavior like this, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis on Smashwords, the iBook store, and Google Play. And if you want to see me do more men's issues videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS Legacy. Sorority secrets of the goddess next door are revealed in this all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS Legacy in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.